need to start this episode with a quick correction. When we had this battle, we were fighting the fairies and Orma the dragon, and I said their strength was 4, which it is, but I forgot to add the bonus for the fairies from the terrain. The fairies get a bonus from forest, so although we were attacking from here, so this is our attacking terrain, this is our battleground, both sides get the benefit. You're kind of fighting this battle here on the border, if you like. So to kind of as a penalty, I would have had to have played Thor, so let's assume I haven't got that as a victory, and instead we'll shuffle him back in there. Alright, let's begin the next round. Let's start off with the God phase. I think I'm going to play Hell for her favour. You'll see this in action hopefully when we head into the muster phase. I don't have any charms. No, so nothing in the charm phase. Now the campaign phase and start with movement. I'm not quite sure what to do with him yet, so let's move her in here. And we'll battle here. So let's draw militia, or we've got an event. Now we're not going to resolve this just yet. What we do is we form a little stack of any event cards that we draw, and at the conclusion of the current battle we'll then start resolving these events. So let's put that to one side for now and draw. This is an item, so this is going to get sacrificed. Items over here. We need 3 more. 1. That favours Bog, that's fine. 2, another item. 3. However, remember the battleground is Bog. So although they get bonuses from both, the battleground cannot be the same terrain as a militia's opposing terrain. These dark elves, Valtalfar, they oppose Bog, so they're not going to defend, so they too are going to get sacrificed. So the militia's attacking power is 1 plus 2 because the battleground is favoured by these undead warriors here. Druga. So that's 3. I need to generate 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4. So that'll win me the battle. So let's move in here. There's a control marker. Banish the undead. That was my female. Now male. I don't feel I'm going to be strong enough to move and attack anyone. But I might play the Iralaz amulet. It says warrior magic. Use the same hero during both your move actions. Your other hero may not make a move action this phase. So let's do that. And with my second move, I'm going to move into this enchanted land. You can freely move into enchanted lands. There's no control markers placed here. So there's no militia, there's no battle. And this thing is going to give me special powers. What this means, if I attack a water element terrain, which is bog, lake or forest over here, then I get +2 power. The suggestion is you place one of these water mastery tokens in front of yourself here to remind you. But just before we move into the muster phase, we forgot to resolve these event attacks. This is a feature of the solitaire game. If you're playing multiplayer and you drew an event card as part of a militia, then it just gets banished. But playing solitaire, we have something called an event attack. There's a maximum of 3 in this stack. If you keep drawing event cards as militia, go up to 3. Anything beyond that will get banished as normal. So you can only have an event stack of up to 3 event cards. First thing we do is we look at the coloured circle in the top right corner. This corresponds to a territory type, so for this one it's forest. And if we don't control the territory of that type, then we place an enemy control marker in the nearest, in this case, woodland to our hero. As it goes, we do control the woodland. We've got one up here. Since we do control a woodland, this event is going to attack one of those territories. And it's first directed at a hero who is in that territory. So my male warrior here becomes the target of the attack. Remember, my female was here at the time. If both of them are in woodland or neither are in woodland, then a territory that's closest to an enemy control marker becomes the target, or if they're equal distant, then you just choose. And now this becomes the battleground for an attack. If the enemy controls any adjacent territory, we do this town here, then this becomes the attacking terrain. So they're attacking effectively from this town, and I become the defender. So I'm the defender, the battleground is woodland, the attacking terrain is a town, and as the defender, this time I get to generate militia. So all I do is go to the creature deck and draw 2 cards. Okay. This one's bog, that's fine. This one's scrub, that's fine. And they become my militia. If the battleground's occupied by a hero, it always will be in these instances, then you get a personal bodyguard. We reveal the top card from the creature deck. There's another event, it gets banished. These are the standard multiplayer rules that we're playing now, right? So it's quite nice to have this demonstrated. The opposing terrain, unfortunately, is forest, so this guy will not fight for me. So if it's an item or a creature with opposing terrain of the battleground, which is forest, then it will get sacrificed. Now, I'm a little bit happier with that actually, because I might get the mountain dragon. Excellent. Okay, so this is my militia. They're going to fight for me. They don't get any bonuses because this one favours scrub, this one favours bog. The attacking terrain is town. Battleground is forest. Now we have to generate some forces for the AI player, the attacking player, and we do this by drawing 3 cards from the creature deck. Notice during this event attack we're ignoring the text. Okay, normally when you're playing multiplayer, there's some text on here and it'll trigger during a certain phase. This one here, during muster. So all we're doing is looking at this terrain in top right here. Okay, so let's see what militia they get. They get Dark Elf, that one's fine, that one's Hill, Mountain, and Bog. This one's going to get banished, as per usual, because it opposes the battleground. Remember to look out for matching heraldry, that will flip another card, just like when you're attacking and they're defending. This one's getting sacrificed. That's a shame, it's covered up the dragon. I really wanted him. Notice there's 5 creatures here now. Anything in excess of 5 will get banished, so if any more get sacrificed now, these start dropping off the bottom. Okay. No one has any matching terrain here, so there's no bonuses. So this is attack strength 3, this one's 2. Militias don't use their abilities, so you can't use this vampirism here, this vampire ability. It's just the basic number, so it's 2 versus 3, we're losing at the moment. And I've got only 1 to add to it. That's good. So it's 3 versus 3. Let's put Odin down. After we finish playing our cards and anything here to calculate our defending power, then if we're equal to or greater than the attacking power, we haven't quite won yet, they will go berserk. And that means they get to draw 1 more card from the top of the creature deck. and it is a giant spider. It's on a hill. That might be bad news. They've got 2 owls, so they keep drawing. It's an event card, we banish it. When going berserk, remember this only happens if the attacker has a power less than or equal to the defender. The defender can't play any more cards at this point. This is just the attacker going berserk. The defender cannot respond. But the only difference is they now need to exceed the defender by not just 1 power but 2 power. Alright, so it gets a little bit harder, but there's this chance that the attacker can go berserk. Playing multiplayer, it's a nice way to kind of pull out this last ditch attack. And we've only got 3, so 3 versus 5, yep, they've defeated us. This means we're vanquished. I'll show you what that means at the end. For now, remember they've beaten us in the event attack. And the last step as the defender is called the honour draw for the defender. You've committed a lot of cards to this battle. You kind of get this honour draw, just an opportunity to resupply your hand at the conclusion of a battle. This happens whether you won or lost the battle. And the number of cards you draw is the number of cards that the attacker played when they went berserk. If they didn't play any or didn't go berserk, then you just draw 1 card, alright? In our case, it was just the giant spider, so it's only going to be 1 card anyway. But then that's the thing, we just get to draw 1 card to fill our hand back up. And we got the Forest Alpha. And now we'll banish these cards. And these get discarded. The militia that I drew gets banished. And now we can happily enter the muster phase. I'm going to use my God's Favour here. Once per round, muster the top creature or item from the barrows with no terrain restrictions. So I'm going to pay 2 using my elves. And I'm going to muster from the barrows. I can't muster the giant because that costs 4, but I can take this one, which is the Graham Sigurd's Sword of Power. Okay, excellent. Now we do the muster for the game, so they're going to take this one. This goes face down. This goes face up. We refill the tish. Okay, no problem. And we've reached the end. Let's draw back up to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reshuffle. Draw 1 more card. And one more thing before we finish up, and that is the vanquished hero. This hero was defeated in battle by this advancing army on this event attack. So, vanquished means, firstly, my control marker gets booted out and a red one goes in, an opponent one, and the vanquished hero has to retreat to one of my territories. It doesn't have to be adjacent, but anything that's contiguous to it. So I'm going to move back over here, I think, and you lie them down to represent the fact that they are vanquished. Fortunately, you can sacrifice any creature at any point to stand them up again, because while they're vanquished, they can't move, they can't attack, they can't do anything, they can't even defend themselves. Okay, so anyway, I think we've hopefully demonstrated well enough how the game plays. Remember, we're trying to appease these gods. So, for example, to appease Freya, she says during the muster phase, remove 2 town control markers. So, should we have 2 towns under our control, then I would remove them, appease Freya. Freya's out of the game, and that's 1 victory to me. Hemdala here says, after a successful battle, control most wind terrains, minimum 3. This is a wind terrain, so remove this, and then you appease Hemdala. 3 here, if you have appeased 2 or more gods, we have remove a number of control markers equal to your opposed gods. Okay, so you can see there's this constant way of taking control, and then to appease gods you're removing control markers. One final interesting one that I can show you. Balder. To appease, this is during the combat or muster phase. Both of your heroes are currently vanquished. I've shown you how to have one vanquished. So you've got to go and force a fight and lose the fight. And in that way, appease Balder. This has been Asgard's Chosen. It's a really great game. I love, okay, there's a contrast in the artwork on the cards and the artwork on the board, but do you know what? It looks really good in the flesh, and there's no complaints here. It's easy to see what's going on. Perhaps I don't like the figures so much, but you can, you know, if you wish, if it really bothers you, replace them with some Viking miniatures or something like that. That's it for now. See you next time.